Greetings, colleagues. Do you sometimes struggle trying to express yourself or when trying to understand the other person? Do you conduct business in English? Talk to clients or colleagues or potential customers in English? Are you interested in learning business English expressions and understanding common business phrases? Then let's level up your business English by mastering these 53 common expressions. This is part one. All right, so we're going to go through 53 different common expressions that are often used in business English. Let's jump into it. The first one is action point. So an action point, we mean something that we can do and take action on. So maybe we have a problem, but okay, I have these 3 action points. That is, these 3 things that we can do, something affirmative that we can take action on. So let's discuss these solutions or these 3 action points.
How come the CIA has never discovered any actionable intel regarding this syndicate?
The next one, somewhat similar, is actionable. So is this something that's actionable? Can we take action on it? Maybe someone says something and you want to do something, but it's not really actionable. Maybe an employee or subordinate did something or said something, so you might talk to the legal department or the HR and they say, no, that's not really actionable. We can't fire them about that. Or someone says something or does something wrong. Is it actionable? Could we take legal action about it or some other action about it? Nope, that's not actionable. Or, oh no, that is actionable. If they do that, then we can take these action points.
After that, the probability fields will shift, and it'll be another century before they align like this again.
Yet the pins do not align. The door remains locked.
The next one, align. So align, we hear this a lot with modern corporate speak. Align, literally it means, coming into alignment, getting the lines correct in order. But we'll often use it metaphorically, like our goals align. In other words, we have the same goals. Maybe we don't like each other, we don't like working with each other, but today our goals align, so we're going to work together because we have the same goals.
You're telling me that it is your judgment that this is the best course of action for this country, for this president.
Best course of action. The best course of action is really just a fancy way of saying this is what we should do. Maybe we had a crisis, we had a problem, we discuss some different possible action points. We discuss different things that we could do. And then at the end of the meeting, at the end of the discussion, the boss says, okay, this is our best course of action. We have different ones that we could take. We have different options. But this is probably the best course of action, the best thing that we could do, considering the options. Best practice. Best practice refers to what do you normally do, and the best practice is doing it the best way possible. For instance, maybe if you have a car, it's the best practice. I've heard this said a lot, that when your fuel tank gets to about half, that you should refuel it. That's the best practice. Does that mean you have to do it every time? No. And maybe it makes sense not to. If you're going on a long trip and you're going to use all the fuel in the car, you're not going to refuel every time you get through half. You're going to wait to 3/4, maybe a little bit more before you refuel. But in your normal driving, the best practice might be to refuel when it gets to about halfway, because then you have at least half a tank in the gas tank. Similarly in the business world, maybe if you have a meeting or something as big as coming up, it's maybe best practice to call or email your client, your colleague, and maybe remind them. Now, does that mean you're going to get in trouble if you don't do that? It's not mandatory. It's not rude if you don't do that, but it might be best practice to remind them that you're going to meet tomorrow. Why? Because maybe if you show up and they're not ready or they forgot, it's worse for you, right? So maybe it's the best practice to remind them gently, and then it helps you out as well. but it's not something that you necessarily have to do. If you don't do it, you're not going to get in trouble. No one's going to think poorly of you. Your boss isn't going to fire you or anything like that. But it may be the best practice, the best thing to do in normal situations.
Bottom line, we think we might have a problem.
Bottom line. This is an accounting term, refers to at the bottom of the accountant's accounting statement, maybe the profit and loss statement or something else. But the bottom line is, what is the actual end result? Did we make a profit or did we make a loss? What's the bottom line? So maybe you're telling a story. Well, gee, this was good, but that was bad. This was good. This was bad. This was good. That was bad. The boss says, okay, just tell me the bottom line. At the end of the day, where does that leave us?
What do you think you can possibly bring to the table at this point in the game?
Bring to the table. So I think this has two different meanings. One, can we bring him to the table, bring her to the table? Can I get them to sit down at a table and talk with us and negotiate something? It doesn't mean we're going to make a deal, but can we at least sit down at a table and talk? How we might use this, I might say, well, gee, I've got a connection over there. I can make a phone call and I can at least get them to come to the table. I can at least bring them to the table. I can't guarantee they'll agree with us. I can't guarantee they'll change their mind or they'll sign a contract with us, but I can at least bring them to the table. And the other meaning for this is, what do you bring to the table? Well, we just hired Jake, and he brings to the table a lot of background in technology. He brings to the table really high level of negotiating skills. He brings to the table all this experience. So what does he bring to the table? Now, it could be, his experience or that sort of thing, or maybe it could be assets. He brings to the table, $1 million he's ready to invest. That would also be very worthwhile to bring to the table.
There's quite the buzz around here, finding you in the ice.
Her new film, The Making of a Saint, the buzz is amazing.
Could you please stop being such a buzzkill, dude?
Here's what I'm thinking. An event to generate buzz.
Buzz. Buzz is when people are talking about something. I think this originates maybe when bees are buzzing around, making noise. So you're hearing a lot of buzz. You're hearing people talking about something. And so usually that is considered a good thing. Oh, there's a lot of buzz about this new company. If it's a new company, it wants people talking about it. So that would be a very good sign. Variations of that generate buzz. If we're going to start out this new company, we need to generate some buzz. We need to generate buzz about our new product or about our new restaurant or whatever it is. Or also buzzword. A buzzword would mean something that this word, this phrase is commonly used, right now. You see this a lot with human resources or in academia, where all of a sudden, everyone's talking about this one word or this one phrase. That's the buzz. So we want to, incorporate that. We want to use that in our brochures, in our literature, on our website, in our syllabuses or whatever it is. But we want to use these buzzwords. These words are important to include. Maybe this is what people are looking for. And another variation of buzz is a buzzkill. A buzzkill is someone, usually it's someone, it could be something, but usually someone that kills the buzz, kills the happiness. For an example, how we might use that, let's say it's Friday afternoon, everyone in the office is happy, they're excited for the weekend, they're looking forward to the weekend, everyone's in a good mood, but then the boss comes out of his office and starts yelling at people, telling them they got to stay late, they got to do this, or just being kind of a jerk. We could say he is a buzzkill. Soon as he steps into the office, everyone's mood goes down. He's a real buzzkill. Or if it's an event, maybe we say, management announced that 5 people in the office were fired. So that's also a buzzkill. The layoffs were a buzzkill. If you enjoyed this video, please conquer that like button and make it ours. Work hard today and enjoy tomorrow.